Ghana?
No, Guyana. Yeah. Hello, Wagwan. Yeah. I came from a land. It have many water, many great sons and many daughters. We have the land here where many ask for. We never see Katrina, nah those disaster. I feel nice we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we show them pretty. The man full of faith, me nah know none was slippy. Guyana me say big up no city. Cause this is the dear land of the free, land of the many waters, resources and trees, land of the rivers and seas. I proud, Phoebe, Guyanese, land of the Amerindians, the Africans, the East Indians. And Portuguese, not to mention the Europeans and the Chinese. Them feel blessed from Guyana this breeze. Cause enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Alright, 1, 2, mic check. View from gravity, are the nicest. Match time, my city, are the hypest. We see them.
Good morning again, everybody. Please share the live. We had a power outage, so that is why the first stream was cut off. Lights are back again, and this is testimony. This is testimony. Despite what you hear from persons of, oh, blackout. The blackouts don't last as long as they used to. You understand? So even if there's a little glitch in the system, 10, 15 minutes, power is back. You understand? So guys, please share the live. We have stuff to discuss still. I do apologize for that break in the live broadcast, but we're back. And again, pick up yourself, Leonard's Gospel from Linden. District 10. District 10 by. And like Shariza Mustafa in Region 3 with me. Yeah, thunder and rain over here. Nevertheless, we are back and we shall continue. So it's where I left y'all off. This one on the OnlyFans page. Right? So Sharisha Duncan better go and start his OnlyFans page. You understand? Sharisha is not going back to Parliament. No, you have to understand. And I'm jumping right into it. We did greetings and all that stuff already in the first broadcast. You got to understand that right now, Aubrey is at a point where everything is crumbling on his feet. He has single-handedly caused an entire political party, one of the largest political parties in this country, to disintegrate to almost nothing. So, as leader of the PNC and the APNU, he has to now be very strategic in terms of how he pick in members of parliament, because he doesn't want to alienate more persons from his party to put this, wherever it is, into a PNC seat. Because realistically, the APNU as a coalition didn't garner those votes at this election. Those were diehard PNC supporters that said, you know what, no matter what, no matter if it's Aubrey, no matter if it's a rotten piece of wood, no matter if it's a bus of boots front, once this person or this thing has been identified as our leader, we're following him to the ends of the earth. You understand? So, Sharad, I'm saying start your OnlyFans. Start your OnlyFans page and, you know, Jesus Christ. Right? So, whilst I'm still on Sharad, I noticed this. So, yesterday morning, Sharad, we're still fired up and going, lady, going where reading reports that the PPPC is in the forefront with Win also making significant headway in Region 10 and other districts. We ain't going, Sharad. Sherrod, where are you going? Where are you going? Right? Sherrod may even decide to go back to the AFC and take over since Nigel gone. But that's the only place you could be going, because it can't be to the National Assembly. Norton will not forsake the few persons he has on his side still to put you there and alienate himself more. But you never know. You never know, because Aubrey Norton has been defiant to the end, even to his own detriment. You understand? Even to his own detriment. But what we gonna do? What we gonna do, Aubrey? Now, this jumped out at me yesterday. Right? Gordon Mosley had an interview with the former leader of the opposition. Right? With the former leader of the opposition. And you could see on Aubrey's face, he looks disheveled. He looks disheveled. Aubrey looked like something traumatic happened to him. And it did. It did. Nowhere in their minds, they thought that Lyndon would have, I don't want to say betray. I don't want to say betray, because it seems like Lyndon was, well, the whole Lyndon you support, it seems like a betrayal. But in Aubrey's mind, remember, these guys feel they have the license, the perpetual license on Afro-Guyanese. They feel so. So in their mind, Lyndon would have never supported an Indo-Guyanese presidential candidate over an Afro-Guyanese presidential candidate. That's how they were thinking, right? That's how they were thinking. But they didn't realize the power of the almighty dollar. They did, instead of Aubrey Norton collect them blank checks and hand out money to the people in Lyndon, right? He take it and do whatever else he's doing with it. And now you see the power of the almighty dollar. As Muhammad came in within 3 to 4 months and with money, not a plan, not an original policy, nothing of substance, bought out all of the AP and UPNC supporters. You understand? Bought them out, cash money. Cash money. And listen, I ain't trying to disrespect all the people in Lyndon. I'm not saying all of you are like this, but and realistically, District 10 is not Lyndon only, right? Let's go with the region. That area decided to take money over policy and progress. Why do I say that? Based on a lot of reliable information that I got from Region 10, persons on election day were going around literally offering $50,000 to anybody who would get into their vehicle, go to their polling station, and vote for a certain party. Not a green party, not a red party, not an eagle party, not a key party, but a certain party, right? Paid them to go and vote. And Lyndoners decided, Region 10, some Region 10 residents decided to accept this 50,000 and go and vote for the Leopard Party and cast aside the fact that despite traditionally supporting the PNC, the PPP administrations that have been in the past have continuously invested in Lyndon because it is their duty. And I'm saying to you, I keep saying Lyndon, Region 10, District 10. They continue to invest in District 10, Region 10, because it was their responsibility. And it is of my opinion that a majority of persons in District 10, I gotta watch what's saying. I gotta watch how I'm framing this. It is my opinion that the majority of people in District 10 don't care for long-term development. They are not interested in, some of you, not all of you, they are not interested in initiatives that will reshape their lives. They are interested in right here, right now. So despite you having a new bridge that will be constructed in your community, that in 1 year will save drivers over $50,000 without asking them to go and put the vote anywhere. Just a bridge that drivers, taxi operators, bus operators, trucks, and those kinds of things have to cross every day back and forth. And you used to have to pay to cross that bridge. You don't have to pay now, right? So let's look at it as a taxi crossing that Mackenzie-Wisma Bridge every day for 3 months. Every 10 days, it's $1,000, right? 1 month. No, let's look at it over a year period. So over a year, you will save more than $50,000 not having to pay to cross that bridge, right? Every year, the government is giving you $55,000. Well, currently this year, the government is giving you $55,000 for your child without asking you to go and vote for them. Just, this is for your child. And when President Ali is sworn in, after GCOM makes the declaration, residents of Region 10, all of you, despite where you voted, once you have children in school, you'll benefit from $200,000. 4 times what persons from Team Win went around allegedly and paid persons to go out and vote for them. So sometimes, up to last night, I was talking to a gentleman that I have high regard for, Chris Van de Haar, right? And we were talking about tunnel vision and the big picture. Being able to see the big picture. You understand? So in my opinion, some persons in Linden got caught with a $50,000 tunnel vision. $50,000. Do y'all realize in District 10 the amount of money you will make next year when CPL comes to Guyana and y'all actually have a stadium for matches to be held in Region 10? You know how much? 50,000, the vendors, the hotel operators, the taxi drivers, the tour operators, everybody will make money. But no, somebody come with a simple 50, a one-time offer. You understand? A one-time offer. And y'all grab it and run and go and support them people. Jesus Christ. Aubrey Norton, who you guys have rejected. David Granger, who turned his back on all of y'all. Didn't come to Linden like Bishop Edgill, Minister Edgill, under a PPPC administration and offered hundreds of millions of dollars, not friggin' 50,000, hundreds of millions of dollars in contracts to Lindeners, to build Linden, to employ Lindeners, to spend that money in the Linden Region 10. Shucks, boy, I don't know. Here, I just frequent Linden. I went to school in Linden for a bit. I know enough Linden people. So when I say Linden, please understand I'm talking about Region 10. I understand that Linden is not Region 10. I'm talking about the entire region. Right? People in Rockstone and those areas, y'all benefiting from telemedicine, concrete road, tourism intervention, training for CPCE persons so they don't have to leave the community. And y'all go and throw your support behind us for 50,000. How many of you young professionals up there in your own homes. No. Because the Afro-Guyanese administration didn't give a damn about you to do any kind of housing in Linden. And it used to go around telling people they ain't got land. And for $50,000, you guys cast aside Amelia's ward. You cast aside Block 22. You cast aside all the concrete schools in Linden. You cast aside the new the LHC hospital. Sorry, Region 10. You cast aside the new LHC hospital. I swear my dog driving me crazy, you know. If I bother with my dog, I can get in some trouble. But I chose the wrong breed. It's my fault. It's my fault. My dog does the most. Anyway, the cast aside the desalinization plant in Amelia's ward, the cast aside the fact that they brought back the labor office to Linden, knowing fully well Lindeners are usually involved in mining, logging, and those things, those sectors where some entrepreneurs and business owners just make themselves something. So they make sure that they didn't have to come all the way to town to settle grievances with some defaulting business owners, loggers, and gold miners. You cast aside those two stadia that are under construction that will raise the property value of all those people around the Bay Rock Basin. You all realize how your property value will increase with that stadium there. People who want to invest in Guyana, hotel owners may come to some of you around that ground and say, you know something, for this little old rickety bungalow that you got, I can get $300 million to one build a hotel here. Y'all are geared to benefit so much. But I swear to you, I don't know what is wrong with some of you up there. I swear, and I am not. Watch at this flapping banner. Fernandez, you wretch. You who benefit from President Youth Award that steer you in the right direction so that you're not a scrapehead on the road. You talking about if stadium finish? Fernandez? You talking about if stadium finish? You go and load up the people game system and mind your business. The fact that it's under construction and the fact that AP and you didn't do it for you, you should shut your mouth as a Lindener who been suffering up there that had to come to town to do something for yourself. You talking about stadium? You talking about stadium? You realize that the program that saved your life as a Lindener who had nothing going on for him, the President Youth Award, the same wretches run that into the ground so it can't save other Lindeners like you. Why y'all come on my program to start foolishness? When Lindeners like you, Fernandez, they're running on the cow hole ground and Bay Rock, y'all had a synthetic track. So you could hone your skills and become something, a sense, Fernandez. Banner, stay in your corner. Me and you were cool all the time. Don't come on my show with your foolishness because you are a sufferer in Linden. You understand me? You are a sufferer in Linden, depending on MoneyGram and Western Union and borrow from your family so that you could wear the few nice brands you had at the time. And a lot of them you had for a very long time. Because I remember some of them Jordans and Nikes that you used to wear that were very old, sir. Very old. So I am glad, you understand, that you were able to leave Linden Fernandez, come to town, and make something of yourself. But you shut your mouth because at the end of the day, sir, the people who claim to care about people like you didn't even start to build stadiums in Guyana, in Region 10. They didn't even start. So y'all, your athletes were running on the road and running on ground with cow hole. You understand? And that's the mentality of some of the Lindeners. Imagine This wretch talking, but if it complete, he is just like the false prophet, Apostle London. They would have wanted the Mackenzie Sports Club to stay exactly how it was. A piece of trash. You understand? A big stinking pool with one set of bush growing around it, an old rickety basketball court, and a piece of shit for pavilion. That is what Fernandez wants for Linden. Because this wretch, look at this photo. This wretch left Linden and going to animating in town because he living a better life in town now. You understand me? He going anime and living the best life in town while Linden is suffering. While Linden is suffering and collecting that 50,000 to sell out. Anyway, don't let me say sell out. Don't let me sell out. But here, anything I say, Fernandez could try and contradict. I am speaking facts. You understand? I am speaking facts. I am speaking facts. This wretch come up under me in the President's Youth Award. So I could speak with authority on him. You understand? I'm saying Fernandez can't contradict anything that I say there just now. Anything that I say there just now. And he may be one of those Lindeners that probably collect the 50,000 and go and sell out the community for $50,000. He may be one of those. He may be one of those. So he wants to know, is the stadium complete? You know, long it's like to build a proper stadium. Is the stadium complete that Granger built for y'all? Is the new bridge complete that Granger built for y'all? The new housing scheme that Granger built for y'all, is it complete? Thank you for saying, no, it's not. Thank you. So shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. The roads in Amelia's ward, the community roads that Granger did for y'all, is it complete? Fitzhope, that is regularized, where citizens have rights now and own land, Fernandez, is it complete? The road from Linden to Lethem that Granger was supposed to build for y'all to bring economic activity to your area. Is it complete, Fernandez? Is it complete? Thank you, former Mayor Patricia Chase Green. Fernandez, you know what was completed? You know what was completed? The Urban Park. That is what was completed. And that's what you like. Shit like the Urban Park. Bye. Let me don't bother with you, G. I keep forgetting you use a little banner. And I thought you were sensible. I thought you were sensible. But clearly, Fernandez, you just as stupid as the rest. Just as stupid as the rest. So again, I'm suggesting you go and load up those gambling machines for that gambling company that you work for, and you stay away from political matters. You understand? You stay away from them because clearly they're above you or they're flying over your head. As a young Afro-Guyanese, or as I should say, as a young mixed-race Guyanese, because I think he's Afro and Indo or Afro and Amo or something like that. As a young mixed-race Guyanese, all of these things are flying over your head. You understand? Your fellow Lindeners now are being empowered with training from BIT, which it wasn't happening before. So they could do like you and run from their community and go and seek work elsewhere. You understand? So they can do like you and run from your community so they can go to Marriott and go to animating and make big sword and make themselves a comic around the place. Big jackass like you still playing anime. Anyway, let me move on. But anyway, like I was saying, so Gordon Mosley did interview. They just get me angry. I glad me AC installed with the sweating in it. The studio almost finished, people. The studio is almost finished. So my AC in so I could get fixed and not sweat out. But as I was saying, Gordon Mosley did an interview with the former opposition leader. Right? But Fernandez being a body with you, brethren. You enjoy yourself. You understand? You enjoy yourself. Yes, I choose politics and you choose anime. Have fun with that. Right? They got no anime here, so you could go your way. But as a safeguard, mostly do I interview with Aubrey Norton. And God mostly asked Aubrey if he still see a path to victory. After Linda at Region 10, hit them in the backside and run them out. Oh, Jesus Christ, with my phone, but it's my second day, over 1,000 live viewers. I gotta send this to Shaquan. Oh, darn. I gotta do a screen grab on this screen right here. I can't let it slip. The boy Shaquan, oh my God. Shaquan, gotta step up the game. Let me just see if it is. Sorry. Right, good. I got it. You understand? So Aubrey still sees a path. Aubrey is claiming to still see a path to the presidency. Where is it, Aubrey? Where is it? Where is this path you're talking about? You were trounced significantly in your strongholds. Right? You were trounced significantly in your strongholds. And I come back to James Bond's statement that he made a couple of weeks ago. He was sitting in his vehicle, driving, doing a live. And James Bond said it. He said, when the PPP realized what's going on, they got on the ground and secured their base, secured their strongholds, educated persons. But y'all allowed us to run amok in Region 10. You didn't sensitize Lindeners. You didn't sensitize people like Fernandez. So they steal the little money and they run and collect it and they're gone. Listen, your path was Region 10. Your path was Region 10. You lost it. You're off the path, Aubrey. You're off the path. Right? Oh my goodness. So after Aubrey did this interview, they had a show by two of the AP and new candidates. And they're still talking about path. Look at this.
Folks, one of the main takeaways from this update is that there remains a very, very clear path to victory for the...
With that, clear where? Where is clear? Y'all ever see Sherrod so toned down? Usually is ring the bell, king-a-ling, 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 king-a-ling. You rock and come in, pimp him, pimp him. You understand? The flamboyance busting out, he can't control himself. Y'all know Sherrod and how he's going. We have fought on the fight card tonight. Susan, that body, nobody. Going on. Right? No, Sherrod is quietly and humbly. Look Christopher Jones' face. Look Christopher Jones' face.
And with that, folks, one of the main takeaways from this update is that there remains a very, very clear path to victory for the APNU coalition, folks. A very, very, very...
Watch your face. Sorry, excuse me. Look, hey, it's beer kick saying Guyana, you know. It's beer kick saying Guyana. Aubrey got them talking about clear path. Look Christopher Jones' clear path face. What's Christopher Jones' clear path face? I never see Sherrod so docile and install, right. Sherrod, that's Sherrod. That's usually Sherrod. Watch at Christopher Jones' path face. I don't look.
Clear path. we are very, very upbeat about that, very, very optimistic.
What's he upbeat demeanor? What's his optimistic demeanor? These guys understand that they have lost the election. You think they ain't get all the SOPs from the agents yet and do the calculation? You understand? You think the APNU has not received? Why do you think Aubrey Norton face look so distraught, so beaten, so defeated? Defeat is on the face of Aubrey Norton. Defeat is on the face of Christopher Jones. Sherrod is the only one trying to hold it together. And even he can't pretend. Even he can't pretend that things are going well because it's so rough. Listen to this, boy. Y'all never hear Sherrod like this. Y'all never hear Sherrod is upbeat. He's flamboyant. And sometimes it seems like he bumps his race. Sometimes how he just go on. The bumps. I don't know which one, but there is raise. Listen.
And with that, folks,
one
of the main takeaways from this update
is that there's a clear path for the APNU. That's not Chris. That's not Sherrod. Folks, let me tell you, we ain't giving up now. We have a clear path. We got that. We don't deal with the records and the trackers. That's how Sherrod is going. That's how Sherrod is going. I don't know what to say with this guy. I don't know what to say with this guy. I don't know what to say with him.
Is that there remains a very, very clear path.
Watch at Christopher Jones' face. Is this the face of somebody who is seeing a path to victory? Is this the face of someone? Is Aubrey, you gotta stop making up your face like this, you know. Just relax your face. Relax your face, bro. Marisha, I wish I had a bell to ring for y'all. I got no bell in here. You understand? Oh, mind you, lest we forget, it seems like President Ali will be declared the winner of these elections before Travis Chase sanction list come out. Right? I refuse to let Guyanese forget about that. The election has come and gone. We see no list. GCOM is almost ready to make a declaration. We see no new list of sanctioned persons. So more and more we need to understand why we shouldn't trust Travis Chase. More and more we understand why we shouldn't trust Travis Chase.
Path to victory for the APNU coalition, folks. A very, very, very clear part. We are very, very upbeat about that. Very, very optimistic about that. Very, very, extremely, very clear.
Y'all ever try to convince somebody that everything is going on okay? Or somebody ever try to convince you that everything is going okay and they're going hard? It's like, calm down, I believe you. You don't have to explain so much. I believe you. This is right here now. He trying his best to make people feel well. Things going well. I ain't be worried about nothing.
Optimistic. I'm very, very upbeat about that part.
Look at the upbeatness displayed by these two candidates. Look how
upbeat. They are very, very upbeat about that. Very, very optimistic about.
Watch Chris. Upbeat and optimistic.
That a very, very, extremely, very clear path remains for the APNU to form the next government. And with that,
the opposition technically is a part of government, right? The opposition technically is a part of government. They form the opposition side of government. So yes, there's a clear path for the APNU to be the minority in the opposition. Aubrey, you realize you make us come and unseat you as opposition leader? You realize that? Us unseat you as opposition leader? Now, this last thing I'm going to touch on here, I just want persons to understand the type of people. And I'm not speaking about race or class. I'm speaking about mentality. The type of people that are supportive of we invest in nationhood. Right? I just want you all to understand the type of people. And in some cases, there will be an inability to reason with these kinds of people with their kind of thinking. Right? Listen to this lady here.
But PPP. Where PPP go in modest cunt? PPP got where the fucking
Strong language warning. I keep forgetting. Right? So cost about to fly like cat piss and pepper. So warning to everybody watching.
but PPP. Where PPP go in modest cunt?
Where are you going? Where are you going? I know anyway.
PPP got where the fucking turn. PPP got their fucking turn and then do cunt. Them help poor people with the richest fucking Caribbean country and look how we live in. We ain't supposed to be living like dog a fucking cat.
So because we got oil, people aren't supposed to, well, when you say dog and cats usually don't get along. So because we got oil, everybody's supposed to get along. I'm trying to understand what she's trying to put out.
And renting fucking people, we supposed to live in nice.
Also, oil-rich countries. I agree with you, Nkosi. So oil-rich countries don't have persons that renting places. There's a documentary on the dark side of Dubai. I suggest all of you here take some time to go to YouTube and look at it. The dark side of Dubai, right? That's an oil-rich country, ridiculously rich with oil. But let me continue.
Look, we are going to do running for 4 to fucking PPP doing one scon. PPP doing nothing for fucking Guyanese.
Anyway, let me play.
Jack, you're doing is stacking the drugs money, thieving the money up. No, we doing mother scon. Listen.
She talking about Jack doing drugs money when the person she asking people to support, the US sanction over drug trafficking. She talking about Jagdio thieving the money when the person she support sanctioned for tax evasion and gold smuggling. Y'all realize the ignorance that over there? The level of ignorance? I checked her TikTok profile. She looks like somebody who works in either Suriname or French Guiana in the street. She's like Fato. She's a slim version of Fato, knocking about on the road. But this, I say to you, is what most persons in win. This is the mentality of most of them. The ignorance. It's heavy.
PPP doing nothing for we, so I don't know how you are running and going to vote for fucking PPP. I said, Mohammed get going away that fucking vote. Come Mohammed win this fucking election. The man got get shot.
So she's GCOM. She said. That's the ignorance in it, you know.
The man do a lot of PPP never fucking do. Yeah.
Like what? This is the thing that has freaked me out about these people. So this is another Fernandez. Mind you, Fernandez is an intelligent young man who has his CXC and whatever other accreditations. But the ignorance in them, they would push that aside. And I ain't saying this girl on Fernandez, like this is next level stupidity. Right? This is next level stupidity. So what are you claiming that Mohammed has done that the PPP hasn't done? Bill Holmes, in the 5 years of the PPP administration, and let me talk about free house, men on mission houses. Men on mission have built more homes. That's a government initiative. You ever heard about the Core Home program? You know how much people benefit from that? Mohammed share out 1,000 homes since he alive. So again, I am just showing you Sometimes it doesn't pay. Look, she ain't even got a ceiling in her house. I'm picking fear like she head and go all over the place. With state money, they didn't have to do it with state money. And isn't the money, look at this next one. So isn't the money that the US administration said Mohammed smuggled, that's not state money, the taxes that were evaded? The taxes that didn't pay on the Lamborghini, that's not state money? And this is probably another Mohammed surrogate. So they only know state money when the government doing something. The taxes that were supposed to be paid on, I think, 10 tons of gold, that's not state money. The tax is supposed to pay on the Lamborghini, that's not state money. What are you talking about, state money? That money that he share out to them people, that's not state money. We get it from. Huh? How long he smuggling gold? How long he evading that? That's not state money. Look at this ass. Any president have rights to do and build things for Guyanese people, for Guyanese peoples, not one, all the peoples of Guyana. So, okay, only Indians were getting core homes. Streets were only built in Indian communities. Water treatment plants were only built in Indian communities, like All Boys Town, like Sophia, like Amelia's Ward, like Beirut. Right? So only Indians were getting men on mission homes. That is what I'm trying to ask you, fool. Because you're saying only one set is getting, and I'm saying you're not making sense. Only Indians are benefiting from house lots, low income, middle income, high income, what's this? Migrant house lots. Only Indians. When you see housing sharing out, it's only Indians you see benefiting. All those Lindeners that got those contracts to build out Linden, those roads and stuff, was only Indian people in Linden get them. And that's the ignorance of these people here. Most likely, this is an overseas-based Guyanese that just talking off the top of their head. They have no clue of what's happening on the ground. None whatsoever. Listen, y'all go and have a lovely day. Y'all wait on the announcement from GCOM, the official announcement from GCOM that President Ali was the most successful presidential candidate in these elections. And we will move on with the next 5 years of President Ali's administration. And despite all of you out there, like Fernandez, like Melly Ferreira, like Courtney Box Hill, who refuse to see progress, who refuse to acknowledge the progress. Fernandez, by you, God, Jesus Christ, by you forget what Linden was like when you were small and going to school. Jesus. Anyway, I ain't whoever. Everybody entitled to their own opinion and whatever. I said something to some people last night that I can't say to y'all, but I honestly feel like if I was president or if I was in government, I'd take certain stance. You understand? But thank God I am not the president. I am not involved in how the government operates or the decisions they make. So, you know, y'all they're good. Yeah, they're good. President Ali will continue to look out for you and develop your areas and continue to work hard for y'all to not show any sort of appreciation, you know? And I'll just leave it as that. Y'all have a wonderful day. Y'all continue to be good Guyanese. Thank you for giving me over 1,000 live viewers this morning. My first time was yesterday. We did it again today. I am really appreciative of it. You guys, please be safe on the roadways. And as I usually say before I go, it's all about peace. It's all about love. It's all about one day.
We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs